Start with some good news from the fire lines tonight. Some evacuation orders downgraded to evacuation warnings, and some warnings actually have been lifted altogether. NBC Bay Area Sky Ranger live overhead right now on the glass fire burning in wine country. The thick smoke blanketing much of the North Bay. It's been so thick all day. Sky Ranger hasn't been able to see flames for much of this day. This fire, as you know, is burning in Napa and Sonoma counties. It broke out early Sunday morning. Now, right now, most of Calistoga is still under mandatory evacuation orders as the fire is less than a mile away from town. But the western part of Calistoga, including the Melita neighborhood, has been downgraded to an evacuation warning. But thousands remain evacuated from their homes tonight. Now, this fire is still 0% contained. Take a look at the current map of where the fire is burning. It's around the Calistoga, St. Helena area in Napa County, all the way into Sonoma County and the eastern edge of Santa Rosa city limits. Firefighters have been working tirelessly all day to save neighborhoods, hotels, and wineries.
There's a lot of communities, a lot of towns and cities in this coverage area. Let's get right to our team of reporters on the fire lines for us. We start with NBC Bay Area's Jodi Hernandez in Calistoga. And Jodi, a lot has happened specifically where you are in the past 24 hours.
That's right. There's definitely been a lot more destruction as this fire has quadrupled in size. The fire has destroyed a lot of structures, a lot of homes out here, including this one you're looking at. Well, the fire did spare the vines. It took the family's home, as you can see, and unfortunately, we've seen scenes like this all over wine country. This was the scene as we made our way toward Calistoga this morning. Fire burning along Highway 29, smack in the heart of wine country.
There's just no words. There's no words for it.
Haley Christopher and her parents are devastated. The family, who splits their time between here and Ventura County, lost their Calistoga home, their two-bedroom house, barn, and storage tanks that provide water to their vineyard, all gone.
And you don't believe it. You don't believe it until you see it. And it's still surreal. You know, we were just here last week for the harvest.
The entire city of Calistoga remains evacuated as the flames move closer to the main part of town. Firefighters are letting hillsides burn, hoping that might create a barrier around the downtown area.
Well, I'm a little nervous here because I just got a phone call saying the fire's coming over the hill.
Mark Mancini of Mancini Vineyard decided not to evacuate, but he's getting more and more worried.
We didn't evacuate. We thought we were safe here because we got a big vineyard break, but it's making me concerned.
The Silverado Trail area has been hit especially hard. We're at one of the many houses destroyed out here, a sight that's tough to see.
We have family that has lost homes already in St. Helena and in Angwin, and there's lots of recognizable things that have already been lost.
Kerry Baldwin and his wife have been evacuated from their Angwin house since Sunday night. They remain on pins and needles.
As of last night, it was okay, but you never know because there's a lot of spot fires, and they just pop up, and then you can kind of lose a handle on those.
And we're back here live at the Petite Rouge Vineyard. As you can see, most of the vines have been spared, while the outer portions, they're crispy. The fire did singe the edge of this vineyard, but again, for the most part, it has been spared. The other great news, well, there's a few grapes on here. The family actually harvested just last weekend, so they were able to get most all of the fruit off before this fire hit, so they won't have any problems with smoke, and those grapes will be made into wine. But again, unfortunately, the family home gone, like so many others out here. Reporting live in Calistoga, I'm Jodi Hernandez, NBC Bay Area News.
All right, Jodi, thank you. We'll see you next hour as well. Now, this fire has destroyed dozens of homes, but thanks to the quick thinking of Sheriff's Lieutenant Patrick McMahon, this home on Crystal Springs Road in St. Helena is still standing. Now, that shed you see, clearly on fire, but Lieutenant McMahon grabbed a garden hose, and actually in this case it worked, to defend his home.
Wow. Amid the destruction, stories of heroes are emerging. That includes the story of a Santa Rosa man who decided to take a stand to save not only his own home, but his neighbors' homes as well. NBC Bay Area's Lili spoke with him this afternoon. She's live in the Skyhawk neighborhood in Santa Rosa, where flames have destroyed about a dozen homes there. Lili.
Janelle, take a look over here. We have toppled chimneys and just a few front steps. That's all that's left of a few homes here. Now, as for the rest of the neighborhood, the fire damage seems random. One house destroyed while the one next to it is fine. No rhyme or reason to it. But we do know some of these homes in Skyhawk are still standing because a neighbor stayed behind to save them.
I don't look at it as heroic.
This is Jazz Sahota, FaceTiming his wife while trying to save his Skyhawk neighborhood home and the homes of others.
But it was all the embers and the golf ball size fire that was coming out of the sky.
For 16 hours, Sahota says he used a hose to put out flames as the glass fire raged along Highway 12 in Santa Rosa. He saved 4 homes, including his own. Neighbors are calling him a hero.
Thank you is enough for my neighbors. I just feel sorry for the neighbors that lost the homes. I know them all.
Sahota says he stayed behind because his parents lost their home during the Tubbs fire.
We all woke up to the fire coming from that direction, and you see that hill over there that's not burned.
Rincon Valley's Reno Franklin was reminded of 2017 as he watched the glass fire crest a nearby ridge.
While we were watching that glow intensify, it turned rapidly into, at least 100-foot tall flames.
It then barreled down the hillside, scorching everything, including a makeshift 2020 sign carved into the hillside.
Here's that 2020, it's up in flames. There's something kind of poetic about that.
Poetic, but hopefully not foreshadowing more destruction, as the 2020 fire season, already the worst on record, rages on.
Very unfortunate. Very unfortunate.
In Santa Rosa, Lili, NBC Bay Area News.
Well, right now, a joint news conference is just getting started. You see the Zoom cast there. Cal Fire, Sonoma County, and the city of Santa Rosa. We're live streaming this news conference on our own digital platforms. Our producers and reporters are keeping a close eye on this briefing. Again, it just began. We're going to pass along all the new information when it comes in.
Well, let's check on the fire weather conditions. Let's join Jeff Ranieri. Jeff, the winds seem a bit calmer today and not as hot as yesterday, but still pretty warm out there.
Yes, very, very warm and also low humidity. So even though we did have the winds calm down and turn to more of a west-southwesterly direction, we are still finding plenty of flare-ups happening on the fire. You can see right now on our current wind map, we're only seeing winds anywhere from 6 to about 11 miles per hour with that wind coming out of the west-southwest. But look at this Cal Fire camera here. This is looking southeast towards Angwin, and you can see some of these higher cloud tops here, or smoke tops rather, from some flare-ups that are happening right now. So even though, again, we've seen the calmer winds, it's just really not enough to give a major leg up to firefighters. Right now, 76 degrees, so we have started to see it drop there near Santa Rosa. Tomorrow, we're up to 90 degrees, and most of the hot spots have been in the north and also the southern side. Next couple of days, we'll stay with some variable wind, 5 to 10, gusts up to about 20. Then by this weekend, we're dropping down to some cooler 80s. We'll talk more about the smoke and a big change in the smoke forecast tomorrow. I'll update you on that in about 10 minutes.
Okay, Jeff.